Last time on Wanderful.
All three of you feel the eerily familiar feeling of the earth beginning to shake underneath you. Your pendants that your mother had left you, they start to glow a faint orange light. It begins to slowly move towards you.
Wait, what does?
The sand wall. It begins to move towards you, and the ground around you begins to shake violently. Out of the corner of your eye, for like an instant, you see a figure in view, and then it flies upward and out of view. Like before you can really get a good look at it, suddenly the ground in front of you opens up as a 15-foot creature leaps out of it. Welcome back to Wanderful, a somewhat D&D podcast. I am your lovely DM and host, Tyler DeSoto, and I'm joined by my three good boys, Kyle, Matt, and Jeremy. Say hello, Kyle, Matt, and Jeremy.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Gosh damn it.
Hi.
I want to
succeed.
succeed.
One of these days.
I want to
Hold on. Harmonize with me, Jeremy. Hi. 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 Hi, I'm up here. You should be up here. Hi.
Wait, hold on. I thought harmonizing isn't where you sync up, but where you do like the same thing on a different one.
That was the whole point, and I was doing the hand raising.
Welcome to the Music Theory podcast.
I'm your host, Charlie Booth, and today I'm going to drink a whole glass full of bleach.
Oh, God.
Shout out to all the Charlie Booth heads out there. Sorry.
Things are getting serious. In the Barren Yonder, that's where we are. I've got a bold rock in hand, a lovely cider in hand, and I'm ready to get on into it.
I'm praying to the Lord right now, if you'll excuse me.
You guys just beat a boule, which is basically a sand shark in the last episode, and
a creme brulee.
A cream brulee. You beat the sand shark.
That's so interesting because my brain went to boule.
Oh, yes.
The hell are you
but you have
about?
been
like the ole. It's like
we're all dead.
Oh, okay. No, I got the tone like it was a soccer thing, but I was like, I thought I know all the soccer ones, and I've never heard that chant.
No, it's just ole. Yeah.
Is there just a really good soccer player whose last name is Boulay?
No, yeah, Bobby Boulay.
A giant meteor comes down and kills us all.
So whilst in the Barren Yonder, y'all been seeing shadows and spooky stuff in the distance, and you fought a sand shark or a land shark, whatever you want to call it, and you are currently having just defeated this shark. On the last episode, the last thing that happened was you saw that shadow, and Alandi tried to throw one of his force bolts at it, unsuccessly, as far as we could tell. But you are currently in this eroded city of sand. Are y'all wanting to do anything before you continue walking, or are y'all gonna take that in stride and just keep moving?
I'm just saying, weren't we in a building last we left off? Like we ducked off into a building? Can we for once in the campaign, take a rest?
Please.
I'd love to not be at 16 health and also lacking spell slots.
Yeah. With a short rest, you can regain health, right? But you can't regain spell slots.
Yeah. Correct.
We can't. Yeah.
I'd be down with a short rest at the very least.
Oh, boy.
I mean, how long is a long rest?
Like 8 hours. It's like sleeping.
No. You are not in a safe spot that you could probably... I will grant you that you can take a short rest and regain some hit points.
Sweet bother. All right, bother. You know, let it be known to the listeners at home that I tried to, at any point, have one long rest.
So, after taking your rest, are the three of you going ahead and moving on?
Yes. There's not really anything. The way you originally described it, it's not like there's a whole lot to see here, right? It's like
not particularly.
Most of the buildings aren't even like standing anymore, like they've been eroded.
Yeah, the only thing you would really have to look at is if you just wanted to like explore like the remnants of this potential ancient civilization.
I'm gonna do a little investigation.
Not even that there is much of anything, but
I don't think Alandi would be interested.
Yeah, I'm good to just keep going.
I mean, yeah, if y'all don't want to, I would investigate, but doesn't matter.
Well, like Alandi, it just wouldn't make sense for Alandi to
I think this is just a shot in the dark thing. Bond's going to look for any sort of, since this is kind of a bigger building, any sort of instrument or some semblance of some...
I'll say while you're taking your rest, Bond, maybe you look around. Why don't you just give me an investigation check?
Heck yeah. That went off the thing. Ooh. Big fat 0, but it's an 18, baby.
So you are... What languages do you speak?
Ooh, I'm glad you asked. Common and primordial.
Ooh, my God.
Primordial.
Jesus Christ.
Interesting. It's
because of my Jinn heritage.
So, yes. So, you don't find any instruments or anything. Kind of similar to earlier, you find like clay pots and like remnants of like shelves and those kinds of things that are hardier and like will last through being essentially sandblasted for God knows how long. And I will say with an 18, you find in this building you are standing in writing on the walls. And not like a note, just like you notice that the walls have just like etchings into them. But they are not of any sort of language you've ever even like, even if you don't speak it, it's not anything that you even recognize.
Like an ancient language, would you say?
I mean, potentially. Either ancient or some sort of foreign something like you really have no way of...
I think quickly Bond would like mark down in like a little notepad like a few,
like write down some of the figures you see. A few
of the like ones that stand out as like they're constantly showing up in these writings. Like if there's like a specific letter or like lettering, he would like take like he's got some like ash or something.
Yeah, definitely.
He just does like a little etching.
You have paper.
Yeah, and I have like in my
you'd mentioned in the past
in my kit I have like a fire startery stuff like a flint and steel side rub like the little stuff to like get an etching of it on the paper and just tuck it back in my book and walk over and probably like point it out to them, but nothing deeper.
Yeah, none of you recognize this lettering, these characters or any of it.
You guys ever see something like that?
No Infernal?
No.
Yeah. You guys see anything like this before? Anything like this like on the map maybe, or not saying like a marking?
It literally looks like a chicken just walked around on this paper, so I don't know.
Well, it's on the wall too. That's why I pointed at it earlier.
So it's a
if
gravity
you would just use your
chicken?
eyes and not your stupid bad idiot brain.
Oh man,
I'm sorry, that was a little too harsh. I'm just a little cranky because that nap we just took on this stone floor, literally, not the greatest. I'll be honest.
I mean,
J3B. I've noticed like
J3B, huddle up, and we all huddle up. I've noticed
like 90%.
Guys, we all huddle up. Do we all?
All right, you're interrupt. Yep. I am huddling up. Yes.
Okay, good.
Carveth,
you can see me. But I've noticed 90%, and actually, what just happened is a great example. Like 90% of our time is spent bickering for no reason.
It's because
if we could just
crazy shot in the dark. Hey, shot in the dark here. I know I don't want to step over you, but I actually do because I know it annoys you because I'm your brother and we're brothers, and this is that's going to happen.
I don't know why I thought there'd be something productive come out of this, so I apologize.
Not
this
even a little bit.
This is
hey,
on
did
me.
Did you come down and help your
Hey,
youngest?
that's a weird language. What's that mean?
Yeah, crazy. If you just listen to me with your ears and not your dumb idiot brain. See, exactly why this is a mainstay comment of mine. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but it feels like either old or like new, if that makes sense. I can't quite place it, but like something.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is clearly an ancient, not lived in sort of place, but someone was here. Someone put this here. This means something. It doesn't just mean nothing because we don't know what it means. That's not how not knowing things works.
No, I mean, it probably means something, but to the people it meant something to,
they're long gone. Yes, no,
they're all dead.
But hey,
so who cares?
Grumbo, he runs a library. He knows a lot of words. He might have known what this word is. He's old enough to have been around the block.
I think that's prejudiced. I'm not sure.
I mean, if it's against the elderly, you already know what it is. Youth till I die, dude.
Okay.
You guys
we're ageist here on Wanderful.
No, Bon is ageist.
Somewhat.
Bon is ageist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bon is also racist against the French.
Yes, we're learning more
Very
and more
canon.
that Bond's not the greatest person. It's like BoJack Horseman, only people are going to idolize the shit out of Bond and not BoJack.
man.
Well, naturally.
You guys just look over and Carveth's just got like these glasses on and he's just taking notes and he's got some like Charlie style like notes of like new old text like Grumbo ? And it's like a bunch of lines everywhere and it's like
see this is exactly what happens when
our brother's having a psychiatric break.
This is exactly what happens when you and I get to bickering. We let him fall to the wayside and he starts drinking. Did you know he's been drinking?
I'm actually really thirsty. I don't think I've
have
had
some
a
of my
drink in
water skin. It's water.
Bet.
It's not alcohol, you lush. I'm just kidding.
That's what I call my wiener.
He wasn't that hard in the paint, but he did. It's like a bath bomb. It dissolves in water.
That got me.
Anyway.
No, he kind of fell off the boat a little bit with his feelings and got drunk, and I came scooped him up like the big mama bird that I'm trying to be. And where were you? Putting together a gang and being so proud of yourself. Hey, your brother was going off the deep end.
But I'm a pretty good swimmer. I just want to put
Carveth,
that out there.
were you do you got an alcohol problem we need to address? Or?
No, it's not that serious. I made sure to say before that that was a joking
say
part.
that there's a problem.
Again,
I can stop anything.
No, I was just accused of being a bad older brother. I want to talk about it.
What I'm saying is, it was a joke, right? That's how jokes work. And then you tell somebody after the fact when they don't get the joke because they have dumb idiot brain. What I'm saying is, I think we need to start looking more in than out. You feel? Jaw feel?
No, I really feel like there was probably a really cool adventure outside this building. But
continue on the task at hand. I'm just saying.
He sits cross applesauce and he's like, let's really hash this out. I think
is this a therapy episode? Do I look like your therapist? I think we need to do a therapy
episode.
No.
I know there's probably like a lot of notes and stuff that the deity wrote, but fuck that.
Listen. We can continue with the task at hand. I just would like to be heard is what I'm saying. I think what both of your brothers would like to be heard at some point. Maybe when I point out the language. Maybe when he's feeling a little blue. You know? Just food for thought.
All right. You know what? Noted. Anyway, outside.
All right, outside.
So
Carveth was just picking his nose, already like heading outside,
like walking out the door.
Yeah.
Picking your nose, like, this is boring.
Yeah.
So the three of you leave this this building and thus this city or town or ruins, whatever you want to call it. You continue onward and outward, following the map with Jeremy's incredible, or with Alandi's incredible navigation check, as well as following Carveth's
tankard method,
tankard necessity, as much as you can. It's still kind of freaking out. It is still starting to, like, every now and then hold on and the direction you're already walking, it is like it'll like jump around and then it'll hold in that direction for a second and then it'll keep jumping around. That is continuing to happen as you're walking forward. You walk around for a good. It's hard to tell time, like just normally, but like let's say a good like 2 hours through this desert.
I will say I'm probably checking the sunstone just to be sure that we're not out here like forever.
Fair.
Yeah.
But for that whole time you see nothing but sand and rocks. Like nothing. Out of nowhere, I need all three of you to make a dex save.
Oh shit, are we about to get RKO'd or something? Like
you said dex save?
Yes.
Sick nasty. 13.
19 on the die.
Ooh,
So, a lot.
14 plus 8, 20.
I got 11 plus 2, my dude.
So, Bon.
Oh.
Sand from the ground below you, almost Toph style, spins up your feet, trapping you in place.
Oh shit.
And your brothers don't notice this unless you say something. Alandi's taking the lead, so he doesn't even see.
No.
I would like to cast Levitate on myself.
Okay. You can't lift up off the ground.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Hey! Both of you, stop.
Hello?
Bon, were you at the back? I can't remember.
I would have been in the middle. So one of them would have run into me if they weren't looking
Yes.
up. And the other
Yeah,
one
I probably
just
wasn't
kept
looking
walking.
up. Like, I was probably looking
So-
at the tankard, and I probably just bumped into you.
Yeah, so Carveth, you run into Bon, and Alandi, I assume you turn around when
Yeah.
Bon calls for you.
Yeah.
So because of this, Bon, you are the only one to notice since you're still facing forward. 3 shadowy figures come into view through the sandstorm up ahead.
Do I have time to say something?
Uh-huh.
Hey, don't move. There are 3 shadowy figures behind Ilandi. If you look just beyond him.
They approach in kind of a, I don't want to say they float, but it almost feels like they're just like floating towards you. They're at ground level. It's just they don't like move as if they're like taking steps. It's bizarre. And all 3 of you hear a voice. If you remember, like the pendant was helping you to hear what's going on around you. But you hear a voice essentially piped into your ears, as far as you could tell.
Like our brain? Or just directed at our ears?
It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of hard to tell the difference because of you talking to each other is being piped in via the pendant. So like, it's not a. That's not a telepathic thing, but it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Kind of. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on.
Crazy, okay.
But you hear, not to tip my hand too much, but you hear 3 voices speaking over each other, and they say, "The 3 of you have made this much more difficult than necessary."
I summon spiritual weapon.
man.
Immediately when I hear that, I summon spiritual weapon at 2nd level.
What robes are they
doing
wearing?
This? We doing this?
Just black robes.
Just black robes?
Give me investigation checks.
Not great.
And the spiritual weapon is a giant Roman shield made out of storm
cool.
clouds and lightning.
Love that.
Got a 4.
Oh, that's nothing. I got
Nat 1.
and I got
a total
5.
of 3.
Bond, you get advantage.
Oh shit.
Okay, well that was off the map. That is okay. That's better, but I got no pluses. That's 11.
This will probably give you enough information to, but it is vague enough. This voice or voices feel very familiar.
It's the three people from your.
It's the people from my vision. Yeah, I just placed the shield in between.
Keeping in mind, Bon is locked in place.
Yeah, doesn't matter, but they're near me enough, and I'm putting the weapon between us and them.
I'm gonna twirl around, and as I spin, I'm gonna pull out my short bow and notch an arrow, and then just like have it ready. But I'm gonna be in front of Bon when I do that.
Alondi's gonna turn around very calmly, just look at them and be like, "Y'all are gonna free my brother, or I'm gonna free you from your lives." In his most calm, like,
"Are you the tide?"
The entity in the middle chuckles, and then the other two join in after seeing this, and it says, Who else would you be expecting?
I'll loose an arrow.
You loose an arrow?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a roll.
Okay.
I think as he does that, I just push the shield into the nearest one too.
Yeah.
How far can that move?
My shield,
What?
my spiritual weapon can move.
Actually, that's a good point. I have how far away are they?
Once again, I can't remember how far we said you could see through the sandstorm. I think they're like 80 feet away.
Well,
80. Oh, that's perfect. Literally perfect.
we super could not see 80 feet before, but I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Was it 60?
I didn't
think
think
it might
we
have
could
been
see
60.
like.
I don't know.
No, it was
The way you described
around
it,
60 or 80.
We had to tie a rope around each other so that we didn't lose each other in the storm.
That was so you didn't get lost.
Yeah, and I thought we might
like
have been
that wasn't
blown
because
away.
you couldn't see. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it might have been 60 feet then.
Okay.
Oh, okay. But I could see the shadow though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could definitely shoot an arrow at him.
Okay, yeah.
I'm talking about for the spell. How far can it move?
The range is 60 feet, and I summon it up to 20 feet from me.
So we
Well, you
So,
said specifically you summoned it
clarified
next to
this.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we clarified this in episode 2 of the podcast.
Really?
The casting range is 60 feet. The moving range is 30.
Yeah.
That reminded
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so
I had it in front of us, so
Yeah.
it can
It
catch.
can't get all the way to them in the first turn.
Yeah, I just
turn.
move the.
You can start moving it in their direction.
Sure, yeah.
Carveth.
Does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Let's do it. 9 points of damage. Piercing damage.
So were you shooting at the middle
Middle.
figure?
Yeah, the middle figure.
So the creature in the middle, you connect with this creature's shoulder, let's say, and it doesn't really respond to it. It kind of looks down at the arrow, pulls it out, and drops it to the ground. Then it holds its arms out to its sides and points at the other two figures beside him, or beside it, and then points its fingers forward at the three of you, rather. And all three of them begin summoning fireballs. And then, after a moment, the figure in the middle raises its hands and lets out a sort of a deep guttural, like, not a roar, like almost like I kind of picture like what's the throat singing, like a Mongolian throat singing kind of, a Tibetan throat singing kind of thing. It's letting out like a chant, and the three fireballs, as they're growing, come together and form into one fireball that is growing immense. It is growing so big, in fact, that the three of you lose sight of the tide.
Oh my god.
Because of this enormous ball between you.
Holy shit.
This fireball is growing as all three of the figures in front of you begin to chant this low guttural sound, when suddenly you hear I say suddenly, this chanting and this growing, you start to feel the heat from this fireball from where you are. Like, it hasn't been thrown at you. You can just feel it from your 60 feet away. This fireball is growing so immense and so hot. And after a good, like, I think the three of you are kind of in shock at what you're seeing, not super sure what to do.
My tiny ass
and after, yeah, and after like that 6 seconds being a turn of combat, after that like 6 seconds of this ball just growing so large, you hear a sound like glass breaking. And that sound is followed by a wail. Not the animal, the sound. And you cannot tell where it's coming from. Both the wail and the glass breaking seems to be coming from all directions.
Oh, shit.
This fireball fades away. And as it does, you see all three members of the Tide shaken. The center figure has fallen to its knees, and the other two have stumbled over and are looking up and around frantically, trying to observe what just happened, what that was. And after a moment, the figure in the center looks up at the three of you. And in that moment, you all remember something. In a pitch black night, you're being assailed by wind and rain. Lightning illuminates the area around you. You're on a ship. The wooden floorboards below you creak as the ship is tossed around, the enormous gusts of wind pulling its vast white sails in whatever directions they please. At the helm of this ship, you see a woman. You can't make out a face, but you see her, a mysterious woman with a precarious birthmark in the shape of a spiral at the center of her chest. She shouts down at her crew, "Ready the starboard cannons!" And you see another woman enter into view. She runs over and slides into position, aiming at something just out of view. Lightning strikes, illuminating the same mark on her shoulder blade. Suddenly, that side of the ship explodes into tiny shards and splinters. This eruption stings your eyes and your ears. This woman groans in pain as she is thrown into the stairs leading up to the helm. Then from behind you, a third woman rushes in to her aid. She crouches down and lifts her friend off of the stairs, taking her to cover. As she passes you, lightning illuminates the same spiral birthmark on her bicep. And suddenly, lightning strikes again, and everything goes black. This sound that has been assailing your ears fades as we see a more tranquil scene. The sun rising over a grassy hill. The ship crashed into the land. The three women embrace and then go their separate ways, disappearing over the hillside. Each of you comes to. You've been brought to your knees by this vision, this memory.
We shared that vision?
Mm-hmm. You look at each other and then to the Tide. The two on either side are getting up off the ground, looking around them frantically. The center one quickly looks up at the three of you. For just a flash, you see its pale, almost translucent skin, followed by its sickeningly piss yellow eyes. You can feel rage emanating you can feel its rage. Sorry.
That took me by surprise.
You can feel its... No, I know. I wrote that and I was like, I gotta kill some of the tension. You can feel its rage emanating, hitting you like a heat wave. It stands up, taller than before, all of its attention on you. The other two are still looking around in the sky, and I need all three of you to make a perception check.
16.
15.
16 as well.
15, 16, 16?
Mm-hmm.
All three of you, you see that shadow that you've been seeing just out of view. That shadow's returned. You see it in the distance, up in the sky, coming down toward the six of you. the other two members of the Tide grab the center one to pull his attention to it. That shadow grows larger and larger as it gets closer. And you notice that it's getting closer and larger for longer than you expected. This figure is significantly larger than you had assumed previously.
Yeah.
The member of the Tide in the center sees this shadow and looks at its companions and then to you, and it locks eyes with you for a moment, and then in another, they're gone as the three of them flee this scene.
What did we fucking see, though?
As this gigantic shadow comes into view, you realize something that I feel like you already suspected. It is not a creature. At least not like one you've seen. It's mechanical. It seems to be made of some kinds of metals, and yet it moves with an eerie precision. It swings down and parks itself just 80 feet from you. And after a moment, compressed air shoots out of this machine and releases a large strip of metal that drops down from this ship, smacking to the ground with a thud. Then a figure steps out. You see before you, through the sandstorm, a woman in a skin-tight suit, the color of a reddish brick. And she shouts at you, and you can hear her similarly through your pendants almost. You hear her shout, "Are the three of you all right? You shouldn't be out here."
I turn to both of my brothers, and Alande just goes, "Are we women? Is that what the mention?"
I heard Daphne laugh.
My thought was,
I don't remember being a woman, but
I don't. I think it's.
I think we might be women.
No. I think what I got from that was those are our for real moms.
I think
that's why they have the same birth.
I like my theory. I like my theory more, but yours is probably.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I don't know them. They're probably dead. You know,
I'm sorry.
like I'm not like tossing.
This story ends with all three of you transitioning.
Oh my god! Not touching.
Really quick, I think if you guys look over at Alandi, or not at Alandi, sorry, at Carveth, y'all had that little moment. I think Carveth is just shook.
Yeah,
like,
no,
100%. Like for the first.
Also, Bon is not trapped anymore.
One of the first times in a very long time, you see Carveth like streams of tears coming down his eyes, just on his knees in the sand.
I would say Alande probably hasn't noticed that because everything. So he's just going to shout.
The second that Bond got released, he just floated 20 feet into the air. Like in this tension, he's like in the middle of talking to you, and he like notices, "Carveth, are you okay?" Because I fully was like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Full 20 feet of my levitation. Notice. But yeah, no, I'm in the air for a second because I'm like dumbfounded and shocked, to be honest.
Alande's just gonna shout back at the woman, the pilot of this mech, presumably, and he's just gonna be like, "I'm sorry, he looks over at his one brother on his knees crying and looks up at his other brother just dangling in the air.
Floating and having a panic attack. Like, because I'm also a little shook.
A lot of stuff just happened to us, just like a whole lot.
Yeah, I saw. I don't know what was going on, but I came down to help.
You seem lovely.
Why don't the three of you get in? It's not safe out here.
Thank you. And he picks up Carveth and come on. And he gets his rope because we're all still tied, and he just carries Bond like a balloon.
I think Bond slowly starts to come down as he's like a little like just lost, like dead-eyed, kind of like thinking about everything that's been going on.
So I'm carrying him like a balloon, and the balloon slowly deflates as we get to the ship.
Yes.
So y'all are walking towards this ship, and just to give you the vibe, it is not so much a mech, but more so like a
airship.
like more so like an airship. Because of the nature of what I've created, I can't help but picture those dragonfly ships from Dune, but it's not that. But it is that same kind of like
I fully in my mind's eye, especially when you said the metal strip came out, I was like, is this a flying mech frog? Like I thought we were getting inside of like a cool like one of those what are the rain frogs that like live in the sand? Like it's just that.
Yeah. No, so now that you see it up close, it is very much so like we would just picture a kind of stereotypical like sci-fi ship that like has it. You saw it when it was flying up and landing. It has very precise control of its movements. It doesn't only go forward or back. Like it can go left, right. Like it is unlike anything the three of you have ever seen, save for Carveth, who has seen multiple sci-fi movies at this point.
Yeah.
I saw the Iron Giant. It's the Iron Giant.
It's not the Iron Giant.
In Bonton's head, it's like the Iron Giant. It's the Iron Giant if it was a little rain frog.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from Bond.
So do y'all go right into the ship?
I'm being pulled
I'm just carrying my... Yeah.
I think Carveth's just kind of like letting his brothers lead. I think he does hesitate a little bit before getting on the ship, but...
Alani's taking his brothers onto the ship.
I mean, you could always insight check if you're worried, but...
No, I don't think he's just shook. I don't think that he even knows what the fuck is going on right now.
Yeah, so all three of you are really shook up. So I think it's totally natural, and I think that this woman can totally tell that she stumbled into something. And she is very accommodating, very, like, warm. Like, she says to the three of you as you get in and the hatch closes, she says, okay, look, I can tell that you guys have been through a lot. I don't know what's going on. What the hell are you doing out there? It is not safe to be out there.
We're looking for our mom.
Are we about to transition into like a space adventure? I just need to be told ahead of time. I need to know the mindset I'm going into.
Is this what being abducted by aliens is?
I don't understand what sort of like metaphor, like what
Carveth has
seen
some
stuff,
Iron Giant? And he told me
tell
he
me
mentioned
you have
probing.
To legally you have to tell me if this is an Iron Giant.
That is true. By law, you do have to tell him if this is an Iron Giant. I did see that.
Well, I think this is more of like an aluminum alloy. I don't know.
What does that
if
mean?
it's made of iron.
Do you know what this is? And I just hold up the etching of the language. Is that what this is? Aluminum?
No,
that's a good question.
That's some sort of old language.
It's old.
That's not. I'm just a pilot. I don't.
Ma'am, do you know anyone named Faye?
I mean, I don't. Not personally.
What about Dren?
Wait, hold on. Stop.
Oh.
What do you mean not personally?
Like, I mean, I don't know anyone named Faye.
Insight check.
Someone back. Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, shit, they better tell me the fucking T, because that's an 18 plus 3.
You're trying to see if she's lying?
Yeah,
or
if she's like hiding more than she knows.
No, she is not. She's very much like, I don't know a Faye.
Okay, so usually when someone says they don't know them personally, that's like means they know of them.
Like, I know people.
You've heard.
Sorry,
so have you
know
heard
what? You're right.
Faye?
I'm sorry. I understand how that was confusing. I more was saying like someone I know might know a Faye. I don't know a Faye. I do see how I phrased that.
No, that's fair.
I apologize.
All right, now ask for our dad.
Yeah, Dren. What about Dren?
Same.
You know?
No, I don't think so.
I'm giving her the stink eye the whole time. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you rolled a good 18.
18 plus 3.
She's like, she's like, I don't think so. I don't.
Normally, I would be a lot more cautious with strangers such as yourself, but whether or not you meant to, you did save us from like a mega fireball. So I'm just gonna be straight. Are you too cool with me just kind of being straight? I know sometimes we'd kind of like to play close to the chest. I don't see how that's going to help us. She's in a giant flying bird.
I'm just consoling Carveth at this point. You're talking to her kind of on your own skis.
And he looks to you two and sees that like y'all are very checked out. And he just like, he pulls out the magical map and is like, this is a magical map. We're hoping it leads to our mom. For reasons I cannot explain because I'm not 100% sure. But it led us here, and then I want to see how close are we to where the map was taking us.
Pretty close. So, okay, here's what happens. Mm-hmm. You show her this map. Mm-hmm. And she takes a look over it. She's like, where? I don't know how much. This is interesting. What were you, the three of you doing out in the Barren Yonder? I
thought I said no. We're following this map to our mom. I can understand how you wouldn't absorb that because that's a nonsense phrase I said, but it means something to J3B.
Gotcha.
I give a sad J3B. While I'm rubbing Carveth's back.
We all do like
Carveth looks up. Carveth looks up with like the saddest puppy dog eyes you've ever seen in your life, and he's just like, it stands for just 3 brothers, and a little tear comes out.
I am like sympathetic crying, like I do that in real life anyway. If someone starts crying, like I'm absolutely crying with him.
Mm-hmm. So she kind of takes it in. She's looking at this map for a minute, and she says, look, this is going to sound more cryptic than I intend, I promise. I feel like protocol forbids me from saying too much. I'm going to take you back to my boss, and they'll be able to answer more questions than I feel like
Hold on. Well, I mean, that's fine. I do want to do just a very quick check.
Yeah.
Would taking us to your boss put us closer or further from where that map is taking us?
Hold on.
You're not an alien and we're like about to go to space, right? This isn't a...
no, she's a human woman.
Listen, first of all, don't assume. She might be an alien who looks like a human.
No, that's not...
Well, fair.
That's not
as
what
far
it
as
is.
you can tell, she's a human woman.
And like he's like saying this between like wiping tears. Are we going to a flying city?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like, I didn't think space ever. This doesn't look like space. This looks like flying. It's like a bird, but not.
It had like the air thing.
It moves like this machine.
Can we see outside right now?
This machine moves like...
No.
Carveth has not seen it.
Okay.
This machine moves like an animal does through the sky. Why would it not be able to take you to a place in the sky that does the same thing? That's just my...
that's fair.
Why don't the three of you have a seat, buckle up? It's gonna be a little bumpy.
Hold on, you
flying through the sandstorm.
You didn't answer my question. Like, first of all, really appreciate what you're doing.
I do.
Just to clarify,
sorry, like I said, I'm not trying to be cryptic. Just. I mean, you don't know me, but trust me.
Here's all I need to know.
I don't think you have a
kill
problem
us or betray us?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, I want to do an insight check.
Yes.
Tyler, while he's rolling, can we see outside? Like, is there any sort of like glass that we can see?
You can see outside of like a front windshield.
Okay. Is it just all sandy
7.
or like are we still?
It's sandstorm. Okay. Like you still can't see much further ahead.
I just didn't know if
no, she's not.
Blow,
she is genuine. She's not about to kill you.
Okay.
As far as you can tell.
Alani trusts her, puts up the map, and
yeah.
I will say if there's a seat next to where like she pilots it from, Alande would want to go and buckle up next to that.
Yeah, that's great. The three of you step into the ship, and it is like nothing you've ever seen. All of the metal is like a brownish gray, but it's broken up by countless colorful buttons, knobs, screens. It's incredible. Carveth, you're the only one who has really seen anything that this
I think Carveth
resembles because of Blade Runner and the Phantom Menace.
I think Carveth at this point is like kind of coming out of his shock, and his ADHD is really starting to kick in, and he's wanting to start like pressing buttons and stuff, like twisting knobs. I don't know better. I'm just doing stuff.
she stops you like really quick. Like no, stop.
My bad.
Why are you?
I mean,
would you?
I mean, why not?
Just go sit down.
Why would you
up.
put them there if you can't do that? I mean,
no, but I can.
Oh, but why
like
not?
I know what I'm. Just go sit down.
Okay. Do you have something I could play with, or
you can just
hey
occupy yourself.
Leave the nice pilot lady alone.
About that.
I want to take him by his shoulder away.
Alandi throws his really cool rock in front of Carveth.
Carveth, make a what kind of save
I
is it?
also
Wisdom?
see this because I'm guiding him away.
Both of you make a wisdom save.
Oh my fucking
shit.
god!
Shit, does she see this though?
No, because it was intentionally.
I have advantage on wisdom.
Gotcha.
Oh wait, is this not a wisdom save?
No, hold on. I think
it is a wisdom save,
Okay.
but you don't have advantage on
It didn't matter. I rolled a 4 and a
right?
5, so
that would be part of your advantage
Beautiful.
thing. You both failed.
I got a 5
2.
plus 6. That's a 11.
You both shoot over and fight over this rock.
Yeah.
But I'm picturing like brother fighting,
Yeah.
not like
No,
murdering.
like,
As
dude,
I
give
was-
it to me.
As I'm wrestling him, I'm like, you remember when we were really, really small, and Mom was like, "Oh, you come from this crazy like place with a bunch of other tieflings. Oh, you come from the city in the clouds. What if this is where we're going? What if I floated from here? Isn't that crazy?"
Carveth
And I,
is
fully try to suplex the monk. I want to try to suplex the monk.
Oh shit! You're gonna try to suplex
Yes,
me?
100%.
Oh shit!
How would you want to correlate that, Tyler?
Well, do a strength contest to see who gets the upper
Oh
hand.
fuck, that's not good for me.
Save or
No, just strength.
Yeah.
just strength?
I got a 5,
Oh,
buddy.
okay.
What you got?
Ooh, a 10.
Hey,
Carveth, you get the upper hand on Bond,
Okay.
and then you have this rock, and then both of you are over it because it's just a rock.
describe how you judo slam the shit out of me.
Yeah, describe how
yeah.
you judo slam. Bond.
So you
I was going
Bond
for a
comes from-
suplex.
yeah, Bond comes from behind, so he's like trying to like suplex me.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. And then I just like reverse it, and then like I sweep your legs, and then just flip you over. So you're like on your back like that cartoon, like just like
All right, Alandi, go ahead.
While they were distracted, he's buckling them in. While they're like fighting
Fair.
over the rock and talking about the rock, and
Yeah,
Carveth is assumably just like staring at the rock, Gollum style.
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just spinning it in my hand like a fidget, fidget spinner.
Has she said her? Has she said her name
No,
yet? I can't
no.
remember.
we
You don't ask.
we don't ever ask.
Okay, so here's what
people's names.
happens. Alandi, you get the other two buckled in, and then you come back and sit in the front like the adult of the group, and sit beside her.
This actually was when Alandi was planning to ask her name.
Yeah.
Because that felt like the appropriate time. So
yeah,
just like,
you sit back down, and she's flying the ship.
so cool space lady, you got a name?
Yeah. I don't know if space is accurate, but name's Finn, and that's Fynn.
Hi,
Oh, I
Finn.
love
As
it.
fuck.
I'm Alandi.
It's nice to meet you, Alandi. What are your brothers' names?
The one who won the rock is Carveth, and the one who lost the rock and is doing little sad storm clouds about it is Bond.
Yeah, he definitely is pouting. he's doing the little kid. Like, I feel like, especially after all the emotional shit, we fully diverted back into like truly like little brothers. I'm behind Carveth, just looking at him flip the rock, really mad and just pouting. Full storm cloud face. Just
Yeah, I think Carveth
she,
eventually does
yeah.
share the rock.
Oh.
That's
he
sweet.
starts doing fushigi shit with the rock. Like, it's really cool.
That's
It's
cool.
fucking cool.
It's so cool.
Oh shit!
Well, she says to you, Alandi, it's really nice to meet the three of you. once again, I'm really sorry for being so cryptic. I'm just a pilot, and I'm not really allowed to, I guess I don't know if I'm really not allowed. We don't run into a lot of people in the Barren Yonder. Just it's technically in my protocols that I'm not really I'm supposed to just take y'all to the proper briefing authorities, and there's certain rules and guidelines in place. I'm not supposed to.
Are we under arrest?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Oh.
Don't worry.
You started asking.
I can spot a cop. She ain't a cop.
No, for sure. For sure.
You just asked some questions and have presented some information that I recognize is above my pay grade and is technically out of my realm of.
I get it. The corporate ladder, bureaucracy. You've got to talk to a guy to get some papers signed to see a guy.
Oh, we gave her so much paperwork. I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. What else have I got going on out there? It's nothing but sand.
I saw a vision of a happy little family around a fire.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
sweet.
Finn, you might know this. Are we women? Does that?
Don't. Well,
I literally could not know that.
Don't.
You know what? That's fair.
That's not how that works. No.
Carveth looks down his pants just to double check.
Okay. Also,
still a man.
That's something you decide for yourself.
I'm sorry about the crudeness. We just had a crazy spirit journey in the midst of almost dying.
I could tell that the three of you aren't doing great.
Yeah, no, not good.
I'm doing awesome.
Kind of part of the reason I stepped in. What happened? There was 3 other figures down there with you. What happened?
Yeah, I was going to ask. They were actually about to murder us. Did you kind of interject on purpose, or it seems like it was kind of accidental?
No, I had no idea. I just saw some figures down in.
They were hard.
Quite literally, my job to come down and investigate.
They were hard going to murder us. Hey, you wouldn't happen to be or know an acolyte of the Tide?
No.
Okay, cool.
Is that his name? Is that their name?
The Tide is an organization, 3 guys, maybe 1 dude controlling 2 guys. It's hard to say. He got big, so I don't think it's a traditional, normal us. Well,
Carveth pulls out another paper that he had of another Charlie-esque description of the Tide ? Circle.
There's a really crude drawing of 3 hooded figures.
Yeah, generic-wise in the bottom corner.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Once again, she kind of dismissed the space notion.
Alandi has decided we're going to space, and until he's proven otherwise.
Yeah. The 3 of you are flying in the ship with Finn for a little while, and for that first portion of this flight, you can't see anything because thanks to the sandstorm, you can really only see a little bit ahead of you. However, after a little while, the ship has been flying upward and lifts above the sandstorm, and for the first time in hours, basically most of a day, you see blue sky that is transitioning into that pinkish orangish sunset in the distance. It's a very welcome sight considering the bleak emptiness that is. I can only see 20 feet in front of me, or 60 or whatever it is. But that blue sky quickly fades as you see a large grouping of dark clouds up ahead. You look over at Finn, and she's just going about her business, no worry in her eyes or anything, and she flies straight into these clouds, plunging the 4 of you into darkness. Shut up, Kyle.
I didn't say anything. Bond said
she plunges. Yeah,
he's probably just if there's a window, his face is smashed against it, just looking.
Yeah. She plunges straight into these clouds, sending the 4 of you back into darkness. Only for a moment, though. you don't know how it's possible, but these clouds are hollow. And as you penetrate through this dark barrier, you enter into an immense opening occupied by something you cannot fathom. A city in the clouds. Finn flies through this city Futurama style, giving you all good looks at this place.
Describe it to me.
Yeah, the buildings are all beautiful, tall, pristine. You see bright, colorful billboards. You see other flying machines. It's incredible and it's beautiful. It's also kind of freaky. Like, I'm sure that this is very overwhelming, even for Carveth, who has seen this in movies. Mm-hmm. Like, you're seeing this with your own eyes.
Yeah, Bond is just eating it up. Like, this is like the most fantasy shit. He's convinced this is where he actually comes from. Like, from some bullshit that his mom told him.
It's
like,
actually...
When she meant fucking clouds, really like, I came from actual clouds, not like a city.
It's actually really funny that Bond said that, because, Bond, you are shocked to learn that the legends are true. Johann Gizzard in his hoverbox, the fabled city that floated away amongst the clouds. This must be that city.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
In episode 10, Kyle predicted this floating city in the desert.
That's amazing.
I love it.
Literally just offhand, we're like, Johann Gizzard in the hoverbox in this floating city that legend tells went away and disappeared.
Oh my god, yes.
That's so great. Holy shit.
Alandi, despite this being absolutely amazing, actually is disappointed because he was expecting space, and this is less than space. So while it is still amazing, it isn't as amazing as he was. Like, he set his expectations too high.
But also, think about this. This room is a space.
So true.
Like, are we really going to space? I mean, I feel like I'm going to space all the time. You know?
Right. I mean, how can mirrors be real if our eyes aren't real?
Exactly. Numbers.
How can I feel?
Bro, I'm blown away. I didn't even...
Little babies.
I even forgot, like, that I predicted that with my silly offhandedness.
Literally, you said that, and I was like, oh, are you realizing before I get to reveal it?
Damn, dude. And then I started realizing it in this episode. I was like, bro, that's what it is. I've... Goated mind.
So you were flying through this city, and she says, Finn says to you, all right, we're gonna, I figured I'd give you a loop around so you can kind of see the place. I assume none of you have been here before, or?
Absolutely not. No.
Why would we have ever gone up?
I can only go up the 20 feet.
You saw me float up.
Okay,
that's as far as I can go.
I'm being very hostile.
I'm sorry. I'm overwhelmed.
Nice
I think you're just freaked out.
Yeah,
you're overwhelmed. It's okay.
I'm a little overwhelmed because, like, holy shit, guys, what?
I hear you. You need to take a 5.
Ooh, he's just like he's fully just pacing back and forth behind them, ting 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 on like the metal floor.
Look, it's okay. I flew around to give you guys a good look at the place. I figured, why not? You seem like nice boys.
Men.
We're gonna head over. We're gonna head over to immigration and just get you guys checked out. I mean, it's all.
If we get deported, are you just gonna like kick us off the side?
Oh,
Bond's eyes just go wide.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean,
okay.
I mean, I work in.
He leans over to Alandi.
I almost said Border Patrol, but then I didn't feel good about that. I know. I don't feel good about it. I'm not going to go with that.
Like, it could be like Knights or like
Space Control.
Like whatever.
That's what
she's
Air Patrol, the Dust Patrol.
She's Border Patrol. Just embrace it.
She is just Air Patrol.
There you go.
Oh.
And
that's saying it without saying it.
She says, I've never seen anybody thrown over the edge. You can't really access the edge, I guess.
As she's explaining this, Bond leans over to Alandi. Keep the ropes on. Oh.
but she flies down, and you see this building that she's flying towards. The ceiling opens up almost like an elevator door, and the ship drops down into it and lands. And she says, "All right, this is this is where we part ways. It was really nice to meet the three of you. I'm sure I'll see you guys around town if you're sticking around for a while."
Before you go,
see you guys around.
Wait, before you leave, I need you to answer one question to me. I may not have the money for it, but is it possible to purchase a flying bike?
If
look me in my
you
eyes,
might have
I've
the
seen
money
other
for it, but
flying
it's
things.
possible. Yeah.
Bon is just like having like a conniption. Like Bon is fully freaking out and just grabs both his.
You fly though? I thought
just
I
the
saw
20 feet up or down, baby.
Just enough to give him a taste, not enough to actually
Gotcha.
get the full.
Yeah, anyway, I'm just like, he's like fully freaking out, grabs both his brother's shoulders. We've got to find a way to get a flying bike. Before we leave this city, it won't be on our own 2 feet. It won't be in that vehicle. It will be on a flying bike.
Alandi,
He's wild.
after his brother whispers this,
He's wild.
He turns to Finn and looks at her, and he's just like, really appreciate the save. Just out of curiosity, before you go back to your shift, I assume, and he pulls out one of the cards that he prepared, and it says Alandi's gang with like his rock number, and he's like, if you're interested in joining my organization, we're recruiting right now.
Is that the name of your gang?
It's a placeholder, but yes, it just says
Okay,
Alandi's
cool.
gang because he hasn't come up with a. We haven't come up with a name yet. So also, if you got me, but you know, it's grassroots. It's really a small indie kind of movement, and like on the backside, it just has like that speech that he gave to all the people back in the cave. It's just written, and this is quotes, and it says Alandi, founder of Cool Alandi Gang.
Oh wow!
And then after he hands that, he walks his brothers out. He's made a number of those.
I love that. Bon, I feel like Carveth is gonna like he sees like the excitement in your eyes, and I think he's wanting to kind of get a little bit of training, but also like just kind of expend some energy. So he's gonna pick you up piggyback style, and then just like run you around like as we're walking.
Doing that, I want to cast Feather Fall on him, so he starts kind of like bouncing off the air a little bit.
Oh shit! Do some cool monk shit.
Yes, exactly.
So, Finn says, I've already sent a message off to them. If when you head out, when you walk down the launch pad, you'll see a big gray door. You'll just knock on it 3 times, and someone will let you through. You'll have to go through a couple things like a psych test, a bit like a decontamination. Just like we'll have to test you for a couple diseases. Just since we're kind of insular here, you know, we're not exposed to as much stuff as
Us groundies, I get
the rest of Yonder.
You can say it. Bond spits at the ground.
It's no offense. We just have to. It's just protocol, just in case.
Bond
we gotta
forms the clouds of his hair
keep
into a
ourselves
little baseball
safe
cap
up
and
here.
pulls it down over his eyes.
So,
shucks, kicks the ground.
so when we fail the psyche eval, I mean, if we fail the psyche eval, what'll happen? Hypothetically.
I don't think anyone's called us this, but we might be sociopaths.
She says, "No, it's just to make sure that you're not like gonna come into town and murder everyone."
Oh, okay. No, I don't think
Quick
so.
question: Do you know about earthquakes, and can they happen in the sky?
Like tornadoes?
Oh no! Sky earthquakes. No. As soon as she says tornadoes, Bon has no idea about what a tornado. I don't think they've seen a fucking tornado like that other than the Sandstorm. Bon just looks at his brothers very seriously scared. Sky earthquakes.
Bon, Kyle, Bon is still on my back, and I'm still running around. So you're having this conversation, but you're literally being run around in circles
and like puffed off. You like kick off the sky and shit, like parkouring with me on your back.
Yeah, you just hear Carveth parkour.
Sky earthquakes. He just whispers that in your ear after he says that when you run past the laundry.
She says, well, hopefully I'll run into you guys sometime in town, but I've got to get back to it, as they say. But here's my card, just so we can, I hang out at this tavern. If you want to stop by at some point, maybe I can show you around town or something.
That sounds lovely. I would love that.
And she hands you a card for a tavern called. I came up with this just now. This idea that she goes to a tavern. This tavern is called the Barn.
The Barn.
I like it.
I love it. I think at the mention of a tavern, Carveth just drops Bon and then pulls out the tankard.
God damn alcoholic.
And so is the tankard giving me a specific direction now?
It is, but it is pointing through the door that you were supposed to be walking through.
Is this tavern also an inn? I would like to sleep at some point.
Hold on.
I'm sure they will help you take care of all of that once
nasty.
you
onward to the drug test.
Hey, here's my card, and he's going to cast Silent Image in her hand of that same little dancing bug that he did on the table to King Otter.
Oh yeah,
I'm wasting spell slots for the sake of fun.
The dance bug from Adventure Time.
Exactly.
So the three of you get off of Finn's ship and walk towards immigration. You walk through these gray doors, these large gray sliding doors. They open automatically as you approach them.
Oh shit!
And you enter into this super pristine, probably sterile waiting room. It looks very much so like we would recognize a hospital waiting room. There's only a few chairs. There's a desk, but it's on the other side of glass, and there's a human woman sitting at the desk. She doesn't even look up. She's just writing some stuff down and getting work done.
I think we approach the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Where do I see? I see a gray door?
Do you what?
I see a gray door.
Do you see a gray door?
Weren't we told to knock on a gray door 3 times?
Oh, I thought we just went in.
Oh, I forgot I said to knock on the door.
He expressly told us we have to knock on the door 3 times or whatever.
I don't think we know.
That's just something she thought you were going to have to do, but it's...
to be clear, I remember the DM's instructions better than the DM did.
This is canon. This is canon. She told you this, but when you approached, the doors opened automatically, and the reason... You don't know this. I'm telling you 3 and the listeners. The reason that she was wrong about this was that she never brings immigrants to this place. There's never people coming to this town.
Wow.
She got the rules wrong because she's never had to do it.
I love it.
I thought you were about to canonically be like, it's because your birthmarks and you are the chosen of the flying city. Just immediately.
And what's important is
off a body.
It's not because canonically God is currently a little tipsy. So we approached the lady.
Yeah, there's a little bell like a what are those like ring for service bells?
I think Carveth will just like slowly press it, like ding.
I don't think that's how bells work.
That's not how that works.
No, but not like that. But like
it doesn't make
like
a sound.
It's gonna make a really soft ding.
Yeah.
She doesn't even look up. She's still writing. She says, "Have a seat. When those doors open, you can go through." And there's more doors at the end of this waiting room that are closed, and I mean,
Bon walks up to those doors and knocks 3 times.
What do we hear behind each door? Is this? I've done this puzzle before.
Well, there is like elevator music playing.
Oh yes, I
Bon
love it.
knocks 3 times on the door and then just.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
So
That's a door.
We need to cut out a little bit here. I was told before this episode started that Tyler had written pages and pages of stuff.
You think he put a fucking door in?
No, the thing he wrote that he spent pages and pages is a fantasy waiting room. Yes. He wrote pages and pages to get us to a fantasy waiting room. I'm just making sure we're all on the same page.
I didn't even write this fantasy waiting room down. I just am ad-libbing this part.
No, I get it.
Everything I wrote
Alandi takes his little ticket stub
already happened, or is about.
You are such a stickler. You are such a stickler.
Go have a seat.
I thank
she said go have a seat.
But I thank you for being quiet when a person of color was talking.
Do all 3 of you sit down?
I think Carveth just kind of like is like dancing to the elevator music, like just like.
Okay, what are the other 2 doing?
I think if I still have the rock, I'm fushigiing that shit unless it wears off. No, he would still be.
Are you standing up or sitting down?
Alandi's going to get his rock.
I walked up to the door, and then I walked back and sat down after I said, "Yep, that's a door."
What'd you say, Alandi?
Alandi needs his rock back. Bond, I need.
Oh, what?
Can I have my rock back?
It's a crystal. But if you turn it this way, and he's like fully mimicking like the labyrinth hand motions when David Bowie does the little fushigi ball thing, and he's just looking at you with like the super Chad face, you know, like the fucking. And he's just like moving the rock over his fingertips while we're waiting.
Alandi just puts his hand out and quietly waits.
Oh. You take
in that moment, the door opens.
He's testing the monk's ability to flip him and the rogue's ability to steal from him.
Okay. He's going to... well, I got a 17 on the die.
Bond, do you want to roll a dex
dirty 20
check against that to see?
Oh, yeah, no, I can't snatch anything from a rogue, and I can't flip a monk, you know? Like, obviously.
Yeah. So you get your rock back, and the door is open.
It was a 5.
Carveth starts moonwalking towards the doors.
All 3 of you walk in, and it is essentially like a small, short corridor. There's no like windows or anything. It is just there's another door in front of you, a door behind you, and you hear through a speaker. All right, you will strip down and drop your clothes into this. This is going to clean and decontaminate them. Here's a couple little robes just to cover yourself.
Bon is already...
And then a little hatch opens up and...
Bon is already disrobing to everything but the black panties that he's like, I don't want to take these off.
But we're not opening the door until...
Can you see my? Can you see? Hey, excuse me. Can you see my butt and balls? Because I didn't consent to that.
We're not looking. We're just like.
All right. I'll know if you blush.
You should think yourself to dinner first.
You can't see anyone.
No, but he's fucking with them. I'll do whatever it takes.
Carveth just says, "Geez, take yourself to dinner first." Like, God.
Fair.
I don't just split out for anyone.
So do y'all do it?
Yeah, I guess so.
So you walk into the next room. You put your stuff in, and then the next doors open up, I should say. And you basically are in another short room, and there is like a misty wall in front of you. There's like stuff spraying from the ceiling. It's just a short little misty wall, and the speaker says, "I just walk through that. It's just gonna decontaminate you in case there's anything that you carried in from the Barren Yonder, just in case. It's just protocol. I mean, it's fine."
Alandi walks through.
All right, man. For sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like I just haven't done this before, and I don't know. I feel like I would be a little uncomfortable by what's going on.
As we're walking through the mist, Bond just grabs his neck and like chest and is like, "My groundy lungs, no!" And he starts like,
"Oh, are you?
I'm just.
Are you?
No, it's fine. It's a joke. Is a joke.
Oh, that's a really good one. I like it.
Yeah, you bet.
You walk through, and then on the other side of this little wall of fog, your clothes pop out on a little tray, and the thing says, "Oh, you can put your clothes back on. We got them decontaminated. You can go ahead," and then continue through the door.
Is there like any like mints on them or anything? Like,
yeah, did he leave us some Andes mints and like one of those like?
No, but they smell minty.
Oh wow!
Oh, mint. I like it.
So you all put your clothes back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you continue to
put the robes on first, then the panties.
Yes, of course. You continue to the next room, and in here, there is a person sitting in the room at a table, and there's 3 chairs at the other side, and that person says, "All right, if the 3 of you will have a seat, we're going to begin the psych evaluation really quick."
What do they look like?
It is another human. It is actually a small, dainty man. They seem like
is his
kind of an
fashion
intellectual.
sense on point?
No, they're actually wearing very similarly monochromatic outfit. That same like reddish, brickish color that Finn was wearing. It's kind of like uniform colors.
Bond absolutely is looking them up and down with disgust at the outfit.
Yeah. Well,
like
it's just a uniform.
Full stink face.
Actually, they say it's a uniform. I don't think it looks particularly great either, but
I'd talk to HR about that.
Alandi is deeply worried that we are going to fail this psych eval, so he's putting on like his best attitude, and he offers this person one of his change liquors, like change liquor, and he like holds out the
no, thank you. This will be really quick. This will be really quick. Let's just jump right through these couple questions. What are your names?
Bontavious.
Carveth.
Okay. Bontavious, Carveth, Ilandi. What business do the 3 of you have here in town?
We're represented by J3B.
Wait, what?
What is
that's
that?
Just
Just
our
3
name.
brothers.
That's our name. That's our
title. That's our affiliation. We're just
your business in town is that you're represented by yourself.
Yeah,
just 3 brothers. Yes.
No, let me ask it a different way. What are you doing coming here?
We got brought here in one of your flying contraptions, and I called that you lived in a flying city before I even ever saw it with my own 2 eyes. You can't pull the wool over my eyes.
Who was it that brought you in?
I am not at liberty to disclose that person's name in case you're one of those guys that's like, oh, I'm going to give them a stern talking to about them just doing a nice...
she was doing her job. It was Finn. She did
but
great.
Like, Finn, but yes. And they write Finn down.
Trouble.
No, she told us to do
No,
that.
nobody's in trouble. That's her job. This is my job.
Far be it from me to assume that there was some sort of bureaucracy thing where she had to sign specific paperwork to take passengers. What if she was just
I'm sure she sent a message to the proper authorities. I need to know what's going on with you guys.
Are you cool?
If you were brought here by...
Inside check. I want to know if they're cool.
All right, roll an inside check.
That's a 6. I don't think they're cool.
You have no. You think they're cool.
Oh,
you have no idea if they are cool.
Oh,
you think they're cool with your 6.
Damn.
Alandi definitely
they're
doesn't
actually
think
pulling off that outfit a little bit.
I guess
What'd you say?
I was gonna say Alandi definitely doesn't think they're cool. If they're like a nerd, like
no, they're kind of a nerd.
But
apologies, I may have come off a little hot. Please continue with your
I just needed to know the circumstances through which you arrived in town.
No, it's fine.
Do the 3 of you have any plans whilst in our lovely city?
Flying
we would like
bike.
That's all Bond says with no
Flying
context.
bike.
All right. Flying bike.
I was gonna go.
Have you ever ridden a flying bike?
Not even.
You need a license.
You say license. I say.
You say license. This is you say license right now. You can say something else later. Right now, you say license.
I say a law-abiding citizen. That's what I say to license.
All right. And he writes some stuff down.
Please don't.
He actually writes stuff down for a minute.
Yeah.
Please.
And it's a little alarming.
Hold on. Hey, don't write so much. Look, listen.
Alondi's putting more translators into his mouth because at this point he's
hold out
stressing
your
it.
hand real quick. Hold out your hand. I've got a cool thing I want to show you. It's very important. Trust me. Can you trust me?
I don't know if I can trust you. That's the point of this evaluation.
Well, if you hold out your hand, I think that'll be made abundantly clear.
I don't want to do
It's
that.
not. I won't. I promise. I won't be putting anything of physical in your hand. Right? I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not threatening you. I promise. You're going to get a real. You're just gonna love it.
They put their hand out.
And as they open their hand, the little dancing bug is in it.
God. Oh, it's not. Okay.
Yeah, it's just floating as they move their hand. No.
You put a bug in my hand, and that was for a second. I was
Look at
like,
it.
"What the fuck is this person's problem?"
Look at this bug. No, look at the bug though.
No, I love it. Now that I see, I love what
you didn't understand the bug.
For a second, I thought it was a real bug, and that felt pretty
Bond
fucked
makes
up.
the bug disappear and just walks to the back of the room.
Alandi is just.
Can I speak to someone else,
Alandi's
please?
mouth is just filled with change liquors because he just was stress popping them in as this interaction was happening.
No.
That's what I thought you were doing.
Bond walks over to you and takes one. Bond would definitely take one.
Man.
Out of his mouth.
It doesn't matter. We're brothers.
I mean, they're change liquors. They're fine. They stay good forever.
Carveth just looks at his two brothers, just kind of being like,
I'm just.
Well,
and you hear silent arguing. Can you believe this?
Sir,
the
what
bug
is your
didn't
name?
work. The bug didn't work.
What is your name?
My name is Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy,
This is canon. This is canon.
Well,
I'm writing down Jeremy. That's their name.
I can't. I literally can't. Well, Jeremy,
This makes me so happy.
First of all, it is nice to meet you. Like my brother previously said, we are J3B, just three brothers, and I think we were down in the Barren Yonder, and we got picked up by Finn, and now we are here. And I guess while we are here in what is this place called?
Duradera?
Toradera?
Duradera?
Duradera?
Duradera.
Duradera.
Toradora.
Ooh, I have that name written down for something. I can't remember what it was.
It was the name of the place the robot was from.
Oh shit.
I just texted it. Or I typed it in the group chat just so you know how it's spelled.
Oh, Duradera. Okay, nice to know where we are in, this place and time. I think now that we're here, we just want to kind of explore, I mean, we've never been here. We'd like to, look around, maybe, spend some, some money, produce some commerce for the economy. How does that sound pretty good? I mean,
yeah, I guess. If I'm being honest, I've worked here for like 15 years. I've never had to actually do this, so I'm not.
Oh, me neither. I've never.
The person before me didn't even actually ever have to do this. I don't know how this is supposed to go, but I think this is going pretty good.
I think so too. I mean,
I have one more question. I've got one more question here. Would you describe the three of you yourselves as terrorists?
No.
Of course not.
All right.
No.
All right. And they write that down. All right. I think we're good here. And if you guys... And he is interrupted by his walkie-talkie. Or Actually, his pager.
Oh shit!
Not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like his. He has a device on his hip that makes a dinging sound. It's like bing, 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 and he pulls it out and takes a look at it, and he says, "Oh, actually, that's just in time. Your escort has just arrived."
Whoa!
What is
I
your-
know that kind of
Before we
I
go-
don't think we have
No,
money for that.
Not that kind of escort.
No.
Like
Oh, is
I
that the loud beard?
someone to
though?
show you around town.
You trying to get your hang down touched?
Like, if you want to do that, there's probably somewhere in town you can. I don't need to know about that.
Okay,
though.
quick. Yeah, about that. Do we need a flying?
Okay.
Do we need a flying vehicle of sorts to get around the town? Because isn't
Oh
there?
no, there's no. It is not a necessary means of travel here. It is really just a like leisure. You can get around quicker some ways. There's
Could you-
ways to walk everywhere. There's public transport.
Would you happen to have a map of some sort?
I do not. Your escort will be able to.
Excellent.
And then the door behind them opens, and they're like, "Oh, they must be ready for you." Yeah, if you'll just go ahead on in there, they will meet with you in the next room.
Thank you, Jeremy. And I will try to like dap him up.
I forgot his name was Jeremy.
I'll try to dap Jeremy
Clearly,
up
I
real
remember.
Bring on the boy.
Harmless little fun. I'm trying to separate it from you.
As we're leaving, Alandi, like, now that they've gotten past it, he like just spits out all the change liquors and dries them off and puts them back in the box.
I'm
'Cause they're
still
good
sucking
forever.
on the one that I took for me.
Oh yeah, you can. They last forever, so it's fine. Just dry it off when you're done.
So you
I think Carveth picks one of the ones you had and just puts it in. I think I did pretty good.
you walk
You
through
did
to the
great.
next room. You all did great. Except Bond, maybe. You walk through to the next room, and it is more of like a large chamber hallway, kind of, where at the end there is large doors that you would assume lead outside. And towards the end of this hallway, you see what would appear to be some sort of like law enforcement guards, some sort of thing. At the end of this hallway, and you actually well, I'm not gonna make you roll anything. You will notice this. Go ahead.
Well, I was just Alandi's gonna nudge Bon and just like, that's a cop.
Yeah.
That is a cop.
That is a cop.
I definitely know that that's a cop. I don't like authority either, dude.
Oh no, I
You
was
actually recognize these cops because
isn't your
they
boyfriend
are
like King of the Gods or whatever?
That's different because like Otto
Okay.
runs like a crazy hippie town where it's not like he's
true.
democratically
Also,
elected and everything.
Pharrell is the Knights Captain,
Yeah.
not
He's just a
Gareth.
cute
Alandi
little guard.
genuinely doesn't remember.
I don't go. I'm
I believe it.
trust me. I was doing a lot more than licking his boots.
But you recognize these knights because they are essentially pristine, polished versions of those robots you ran into on the road. They look the exact same color scheme, only they look new.
So they have that spiral symbol on their chest, but it's like,
Yep. It's not on their chest. It was on their arm.
Okay. Are ours covered up right now?
These are the ones that had like.
They are at the moment.
They had
Mine's
like
You
under-
did undress earlier.
you know,
These are like the ones that are like semi-android, like where they had like human features, but like
No, I think you misinterpreted what I was saying in that episode. I just re-listened to it. Just from the distance, they looked like people. Like
get you. Okay.
They didn't look like.
I thought you were just reskinning it and making Warforged like slightly more human-y with like metal. Like
I didn't intend to. I might have said something that came
good.
off that way.
No worries. I just get mad.
But they do not necessarily react to you. They are all just standing at attention beside this door. When after a few seconds, this door opens up.
as we're walking
go ahead.
past them, I look at them and I'm like, "Do you think if I flash them real quick, they'd freak out and like arrest me?"
maybe we
Don't
don't
do
cry.
that.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
don't
don't
do
do
that.
that test.
I kind of
Maybe we leave
sheer
that
up my
question on
like
and
you know like when like somebody thinks like a burglar's walking next to them. Oh, like I kind of pull my
cloak like in a
Heavens.
dramatic fashion to hide myself.
Oh, great heavens.
I clutch my pearls. That's what I was looking for.
Well, the door opens and inflow a bunch more of these guards, kind of in a crowd moving towards you. And one steps out in front and in a sort of robotic voice says, "Welcome to Duradera, introducing our president." And he steps off to the side, and out walks a human man in gaudy, kind of gross, not gross as in dirty, just like ugly, super gaudy robes, really bright colors, but none of it matches. It's just all like, it's not a good look, but it is like a I'm rich kind of look. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this human man has long blonde hair, really fair skin. He looks kind of like a shithole. But it also might just be because he's like looks like a rich shithole. And he steps out.
You can see as we're looking at these rich fucks, Bon is just like clenching his fist and biting his lip, trying not to immediately just be like the shittiest he's ever been to them.
Yeah. Well, as these robot guards step out of the way, this man addresses you before he comes fully into view. He says, like, I heard that we had some visitors to our town for the first time in my kingly rule. My name is Barnabas Quincy III. It's a pleasure to meet you. And these robot guards finish stepping out of the way, and Barnabas steps out and addresses you. As the rest of him comes into view, you notice a spiral birthmark in the front covering his entire throat. And he says, "Welcome to my city."
Did you want to?
Just make sure you don't have
Just
it
make
in
sure
your mouth.
it's as loud as
I'm
possible.
not an asshole.
Well, I
Politesse
say,
on
well,
day
yeah,
and move
but
away from the mic.
I mean, to move away from the mic to breathe.
Bro, somebody tried to convince
rain.
me that like those scenes where it cuts to his hands playing the piano was him playing in real time to him actually singing, and I was like, that would make this man a fucking prodigy that he's not looking at the piano in any way, like just dead stiff like this.
Just chocolate rain.
A baby born with eyes.
And it's the way he doesn't even open his mouth to breathe. He literally, he's like, chocolate rain.
The lean is so.
He's dead inside.
Oh,
just
man.
Oh, it's so good.